Salon. Fuck yeah, baby. Oh my gosh. Well, I feel so exposed. Y'all, like, seeing my legs and shit like that. Like, oh my god. Bitch has legs? What the fuck? Where'd that come from? Oh, man. Anyways, uh, I've just been having, like, an interesting day. And I wanted to take a break from the wind and everything like that. And I wanted to talk about some stuff that's been on my mind lately. I've been told that I need to tell more people about my feelings or some shit like that. It's important to put it out there. Blah 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 blah. So here I am. I got like a microphone and everything. I hope it works. I hope it has like crisp, kind of like how Discord is. It might not, and if not, tough luck. I guess it's the first video on the channel, so it can't be perfect everywhere or every time. It's my beta test, right? Like I'll be fine. Any hoozles. Yeah, I think today I feel really called to like talk about honestly limitations. I've not in the sense where like you are your limitations or whatever, like you can push past them, because we've heard that positive bullshit before and it's stupid. I fucking hate it. Like, you want me to sit here and be like, you know, your limitations are self-imposed and all of that crap, and I think that's silly. It's 100% silly. And oh my god, that's a crisp test. I got a brick road next to me, and we'll see how loud that was. I damn, I feel like I should leave all this in, make it authentic or whatever, because I think that's necessary. I think that limitations get a bad rap, you know, because everybody has them, and I feel like people get really discouraged and uncomfortable, and they don't really feel like they can talk about the difficult things that are happening in their life, you know. For me personally, I have lots of limitations. I'm stuck in a state that I fucking hate. I mean, I do what I can here. I volunteer. I just got finished volunteering at, historical building, blah blah blah. And I talked to really interesting people who get to travel and do a lot more things and the things that I want to do with my life, but I obviously don't have the resources to do. And it's hard. And I've just been sitting here thinking about my stupid fucking limitations. Like how maybe if I had more money, maybe if things went better, like people didn't do me dirty and shit like that, that maybe my life would be better than what it is now. And sometimes I think that's just like fucking stupid. Pardon my language, but it really is. Like, on one hand, I want to be grateful for every beautiful thing that I have, but on the other hand, I'm just like, come on. Like, you get opportunities and then they don't work out and you can just beat yourself up. And talking to a lot of the people that I did made me feel a little shitty about myself. And I had to take a break. I had to sit there for a while once everyone left and take my time and really think about some stuff, you know? So yeah, I'm a little upset about my limitations. I'm upset that I can't make the content that I want to. I'm upset that, you know, I'm stuck here making this instead of all the things that I've been dreaming about making, but like at least I'm making something, you know? Like, I think how do I say it? The biggest problem that I have within myself is that I get stuck on my limitations. I get stuck and I think, well, it's not what I want, so what am I going to do with that? But I can still make things. I can still have a beautiful life and everything, even if it's not the things that I want it to be. I started doing lots of stuff that I wouldn't normally do. And I'm figuring out that the person I thought I was isn't really who I am, you know? I thought that, like, obviously, we learn things about ourselves. But I honestly thought that I was like some sick ass bitch who would like go raving and partying and like hanging out with all these like metal people who were like 80s term, probably more 90s, honestly. But, like, I hung out with these like dope people who were just so fun, so charismatic, and so energetic, and they were there for me at the worst points in my life. And you know, I had opportunities for other things, and when I got back here, there were limitations with me interacting with them because as I chose a different path, obviously my limitations in life changed. And that's just how it is, you know? I want it to be different. I want to be able to go back sometimes and go back to where I was when I had different limitations because looking back, they were so easy to handle. I could have done so many different things. I could have made my life so much fucking easier, but I didn't because I didn't know any better at the time. I did what I could. And it's like, I got to be gentle with myself, you know? And I hope if you're going through something similar, you got to be gentle with yourself too. Maybe you're not, you know? Maybe you already are. But like, damn, is that a hard fucking lesson to learn, you know? Like, I try my best. And I know most of you guys probably try your best too. Sometimes sometimes it feels like our best isn't good enough, and it feels like all of the disappointments and all of the challenges that we've had just like lead to nothingness. And we've seen it happen with people around us too. We see people who have amazing dreams and aspirations and filled with potential, and then things are cut short for them. So it's like, is it really potential in the first place? Or is it just kind of like, is it just what we think we want it to be, you know? Because obviously we can't know anyone else's limitations. So, like, the comparison game that we all fucking play is just so stupid and it doesn't get us anywhere. So I'm just like, damn, what now? So yeah, I don't really have like a dead end job, I guess, because I don't really have like a career focused job anymore. I volunteer. I don't really have the same opportunities I did before, and honestly, if I did, I don't even know if I do it any differently because you don't know what you don't know. That's the stupid thing. I can romanticize what life was and what it could be, but what's that gonna do for me, you know? Like, I gotta romanticize my life now. I gotta find, not even I gotta, because you have a choice. You don't really have to find anything within yourself, but I want to find something within myself. I want to be okay with where I'm at, and I want to be okay with how hard life can be sometimes. And I want to take everything that's happened to me and I want to make it not some stupid fucking lesson, but part of a greater story for myself. Something that like makes me feel better about the world that I live in because I can look at my life and know that I made my life better and I made an impact on the people around me. So I started doing that a couple years ago. I started volunteering at a historical site, and I've made some interesting friends. A lot of them are people I wouldn't normally interact with at all, but they've shown me a lot, you know, about the world that I had no idea about, you know. I started working like local elections, starting getting politically involved, volunteering with the ACLU and like doing all these protest shit and like just seeing people outside of myself. And it's fun, you know. It's it's really good to see things outside of yourself, but like in a way that's kind of running away from things too. And that is a limitation that I put on myself. Instead of like me ingraining myself in my environment, my surroundings, I viewed myself as just a helper who doesn't exist in the places that I'm actually taking space in. And that like, man, that feels like fucking worse, yo. Like, come on. Like what is that? Ugh. Can you tell I'm mad at myself? I normally don't curse this much, but like I'm pretty mad at myself. I definitely thought I could have done better, but you know, whatever. Such is life. But yeah, I'm in like the in between phase of life right now. There's not really a lot going on. There's not really a lot that I can do to change things, and there's limitations that I have that are like definitely self-imposed. You know, like I can make my art and I can talk to people, I can interact with people, get involved in the community, donate whatever I can, and do all that shit. But like, none of that matters if I don't actually try to talk to people, you know? And if I don't actually try to participate. So I guess that's what I'm trying to do more of now. And that's hard. That's a vulnerability that like I've never had before in my life. Like, come on. It's hard. It's hard to give yourself away like that. And it's even harder to have it not work out. Like, oh my God. being vulnerable with people and having them use that shit against you, fuck, that shit hurts. Oh my god, it hurts so bad, especially when you've never really done that before in your life. I'm doing what I can when I can, and I'm trying to find a place for myself. And that's hard. That's really hard. It's I think one of the biggest things that I've learned for myself in the past like 5 or so years that I've been on this fucking venture is that no matter how hard I try, no matter how much freaking effort I put into everything, it is going to be what it is. And I have to work with other people. And the world isn't about me and my endeavors and my wants and desires. It's about the limitations that other people have too, you know? And working with those limitations. No one's going to be a perfect friend for you. No one's going to be there all the time for you when you need them to be. But you also don't have to take hostility either. Like, sometimes just accepting that people can't give you certain things is okay. But sometimes you have to accept that you can't give people certain things. Otherwise, that, like, resentment builds, you know? Like, overextending yourself, damn, that's another limitation that people should have more. Like, don't overextend yourself, but also don't isolate yourself. Do you understand like the paradox that this entire situation is? It's been racking my brain for, like I said, years, baby. I thought I'd have it figured out, you know. It's like it's all locked away somewhere, and maybe like 15 or so years down the line, I'll have it figured out and I'll be like, man, that shit was worth it. That exploration I did, that help I did meant something. It all amounted to something, but sometimes it just doesn't, you know? Sometimes you take the wrong path in life and you have to accept that. So pivot. If you find limitations that you can't work with, pivot. Find something else that you can do better. Don't just abandon everything and like run away or whatever. Take some space for yourself, come up with an action plan, and pivot to something better. Maybe it won't work out. You'll be vulnerable and people will hurt you. People will die. You'll miss people and you'll like maybe never see anyone again that you loved, but that's just how life is. Life isn't just beauty, it's also pain, and you have to find beauty within the pain. And if you overcome the limitation of just viewing life as pain, it will just be worth it. You know, it's going to be so much more worth it. And I hope I can take that advice with me because it'll open up new doors. Like I know it will. Like I know it. But hopefully you guys can get an open door too, and maybe it'll be better for you too. I don't know. Maybe this will help you. I'm just rambling about my life and where I'm at, I guess. And obviously, you know, my life isn't all about me. So I hope you can understand that your life isn't, even though it's from your perspective and everything like that, it doesn't have to be this horrible doom gloomy thing, and you can pivot too. And it's worth it. It's worth it every time. God damn, I'm just like some fucking motivational ass bitch right now. Like, fuck. Sorry for the curse words, I swear. I don't normally curse this much. I'm just